Sometimes you have to take a break from almost everything, disappear, come back, and shock the world. I talk to that athlete. I talk to that administrator. I talk to that nurse, that doctor. I talk to that student. I talk to that communicator. I talk to that pioneer, that inventor. I talk to that entrepreneur. I talk to that preacher. I talk to that person who refuses to stay where they are. I'm talking to the person who has no problem lying in the dark, because you know that when you walk out of a dark room, all eyes are on you. We live in a culture of busyness, distraction, and noise, and sometimes the only way to make a difference is to disappear. Sometimes you have to delete the app. Sometimes you have to walk away. Sometimes you have to fall back into a dark room and focus on yourself. Everybody wants destiny. Everybody wants manifestation. Everybody wants fulfillment. Everybody wants the next level and relationship and a higher quality of life. But nobody wants to remove distractions. Nobody wants to disappear for 3 months, 4 months, 6 months and get to a place where you can focus only on yourself. What if you could just turn off every distraction? What if you could just shut out the world for a season and focus on yourself? A man is rewarded in public for what he does in private. Can you disconnect for a moment and focus on yourself? Focus on what matters. Why are you here? What is your destiny? The reason you can't see it, the reason it hasn't manifested, the reason you're so frustrated is that you haven't been willing to leave everything you've been called to leave and walk behind closed doors. So you can talk about it. You can certainly plan it, you can certainly write it, you can certainly go to a conference and hear about it, you can read about it. But at some point, you have to disappear and put in the work and come back and shock everyone who doubted you. I'm talking to that man, that woman, that boy, that girl who feels the fire in their belly. It's time for you to shock the world. You may have to sleep in your car, you may have to go without food, you may have to bounce from couch to couch. You may have to make sacrifices that no one in your family will ever ask for. But can you do it behind the scenes when no one is watching, when no one is looking, when no one understands the level of passion that you carry inside? You can continue. Don't stop. You right there. Go through the darkroom process that prepares and equips us for the stages of destiny. It's time to get real. It's time to take a shower. It's time to look in the mirror and come to the resolution that this version of ourselves won't carry us to the point that I've been this version of myself long enough. That if I don't change, if I don't do something about it, I'm going bankrupt. Some of the most monumental and transformative portraits and images we've ever seen have been developed in the darkroom. We celebrate athletes and critical thinkers, innovators and actors, praise them and make them our heroes and follow them by the millions. We love what they do in public, but you don't know the story behind the fame. You don't know the blood, the sweat. You haven't seen the tears they cry, the prayers they pray, the countless weeks they walk without sleep to get where they are. One of the greatest tragedies in life is to live and not know why you live. I just wonder if there is anyone here who wants their future, who wants to fulfill their destiny, who wants to manifest, who wants to walk in discipline and determination. Just wondering if there is anyone willing to disappear. Are you willing to give up all distractions? Can you hide in the library? Can you hide in the gym? Can you hide in the boardroom and plan and direct and do what is needed behind the scenes to make the moment manifest? Can you hide in your books? Can you hide in your closet? Can you hide? We have a passion for being in the public eye, but we don't have the patience to do the work behind the scenes. Stop telling the world what you're going to do. Steve Jobs once said, "We don't say anything about future products. We work on them in secret and then release them into the world." We only have so much real estate in our minds, in our hearts. We only have so much bandwidth in our mental capacity. And the more distractions, the more delusions, the more negativity we allow to take up real estate in our hearts and in our minds, the less energy we have to fulfill the challenge, to fulfill the destiny, to manifest the thought. Everything you think about, meditate on. Everything you care about must be worth your time. So now is the time to navigate and take stock of everything that is in our life, everything and everyone in our life. It's time to take stock and ask them this question: are you worth my time? If not, it's time to disconnect. Time to disconnect, time to disconnect. I'm just wondering if there's anyone out there who can hear my voice right now, who has come to the end and is willing to remove distractions, is willing to delete social media apps if they have to, is willing to walk away from all the distractions, from anything that has diluted your devotion and your resolve. Now, every disease, dysfunction and disorder that has pulled you out of your destiny after you've heard it, after you've accepted it, after you've written it down, After you've spoken it once, do what is required to manifest in reality. If you can see it in your head, you can hold it in your hand. Stop telling everyone what you're going to do. Stop telling everyone what your next step is and just disappear and do the work you want. Don't be bitter. Don't be frustrated. Listen, stay true behind the scenes. Promotions are coming. Stages and opportunities are being prepared right now as you make sacrifices in secret, as you put the work into the dark room, as you do what it takes to hold in your hand what you see in your head, but no one is there to validate you when there is no one to validate you, but there is no one to agree with you. You build in the dark and announce it when it's done. If you found this message inspiring, how about subscribing for more motivation and thought-provoking content? Your journey matters, and I'd love to be a part of your continued inspiration. Subscribe and let's embark on this journey together.